21. Can you do some for me? Hey everyone, it's Ethan Ormis back again for another video today, and welcome back to the channel, guys. We're here again for yet another album review. Today we're going to be talking about Drake and 21 Savage's Her Loss, their newest collab project. And yeah, I mean, let's talk about it. Of course, it's a pretty great album, I'd say. I'd say this is definitely one of the better albums of, one of the better albums of 2022, at least hip-hop related. And yeah, I mean, one of my favorites, and honestly, it's had really good replay value so far. It's been out for a week now, so I figured I'd let it sit with myself for a little bit. But yeah, let's talk about it. So, of course, we'll go through each song individually. That's how I do it here on the channel. So, yeah, we'll start off with Rich Flex, which I'm sure everyone has seen the memes, the 21, can you do some for me? Just how feminine Drake is about it, I guess. And it's hilarious. I've seen so many TikToks about it. But for real, though, this song is fire. Fire. That beat change is incredible, bro. You guys can't hear it, but I can hear it right now. But oh, it's so fucking good. And the song's fantastic. It really is. Alright, so this song was incredibly underwhelming until the beat change came in. I really did not like the start of it at all. Obviously, it's a meme now, so like it's funny, but like I didn't care for it. And honestly, when that beat change came in, Drake kind of went off. His flow is awesome. I love it. W beat change, W production, W Drake. The first beat change. Because there's kind of like a beat change between the first like start of the song and then the bridge that Drake has, but then there's the actual like hype trap beat change, which is absolutely incredible, and obviously the second one is much better. And yeah, this is kind of like a very 21 type beat, I feel, but yeah, nonetheless, let's move on to Major Distribution, which this is one of my friend's favorite songs. He loves the In His Mansion I'm Macaulay Culkin line. I don't know why. But again, similar to Rich Flex, a absolute W beat switch, and it's really great. Again, I thought it was an underwhelming song until that beat change came in. I don't think the beat change is as good as the Rich Flex one, but it's still really good, and I still really enjoy it. And both artists do really well on the song, in my opinion. So, moving on to On BS, good production and pretty chill song. I enjoy. I love 21's love 21's. What am I trying to say? Oh, I love 21's line about when he features on a song, he makes the artist sound like a feature, which is pretty much almost always true. 21's feature run has been incredible over these past few years, and I mean, 21 kind of makes it seem like it's his song sometimes, but I love the clapback from Drake saying that you're making your label think that you need them or think that they need you. Good comeback from Drake. Again, I don't think that was directed at each other, but in general, I think they're both right. But yeah, really didn't need a French man talking about France in the Eiffel Tower for an extra minute of this song. Just don't need that on my song at all. Don't want to listen to it. It's just not good. Moving on to Back Outside Boys. I like the rage beat. I like the ad-libs from Yachty. I thought it was Lil Baby at first when I was first listening to it. I'm like, oh, is there hidden features? But no, turns out it's just Yachty adding some ad-libs, which I really liked. I wish Yachty was on the song, to be fair. Sure, I'm in the minority, but I like the rage beat. It kind of reminds me, there's a part in the song, like the production is kind of similar to Mop by Gunna off DS Forever. And yeah, I get some similarities from it. But let's move on, to Privileged Rappers. This production is super vibey, and this has been one of the more popular songs from the album, one that they've been promoting a lot. I really like this song. It's super good. It's just kind of like a, chill kind of head bobbing kind of song, which is really nice. And One thing I noticed in this song, within the first 5 tracks, 21 has mentioned that he can't fuck a girl because she's on her period twice, which just don't care about. Just don't need to hear that. It's super nitpicky, but like, meh, just don't need to hear about that. Anyways, moving on to Spin About You. The drums on this song are so hard, and Drake definitely has a better verse on this song, in my opinion, but not a huge fan of the chorus where Drake is singing. It's just not what I'm really a fan of. Moving on to Hours in Silence. The song doesn't have to be almost 7 minutes long. Drake repeats himself a lot on this song, and that last Drake verse is just kind of boring and chill. So like, this was just an unnecessarily long Drake R&B track, in my opinion. I'm just not a fan of it. It's like 7 minutes almost, and just don't think it warrants the runtime. I really don't. Anyways, moving on to Treacherous Twins. The only thing I wrote about the song is chill songs, so obviously not a positive. I've listened to this album full from start to finish like 4 times, and I've gotten my songs that I want to keep, which I'll let you guys know here shortly. But moving on to Circo Loco, absolute W sample. I like that it's a Rage production. I've seen some people give it some flack. I really like it. Again, I'm a big sucker for Rage beats, so yeah, I really like it. I don't really like Drake's vocals in the chorus of One More Time. It just sounds weird the way he says it, and obviously, it's the original is a classic. So, yeah. Anyways, we'll move on to Pussy and Millions. This was actually the first song on the album I listened to because I seen Travis featuring on a Drake song. I'm like, oh my god, this song's gonna be incredible. And I was listening to it. I'm like, you know what? This song is pretty decent. Like, it's all right. Drake's verse, Drake's chorus, Drake's verse is fine. 21's verse is fine. And then, oh, bro, the beat change comes in, and Travis goes insane. Travis's feature is insane. It's absolutely one of my favorite features of the whole year. It is fucking incredible, man. I love the beat change. It's so fucking good. I love this song. It's definitely one of my favorite songs from the album just because of the Travis feature. Again, I like the song regularly. If Travis wasn't in this song, I'd still like the song, but Travis completely elevates the song like to another level. Again, that beat change comes in, and the drums I feel like get even harder as well. And again, Travis just goes off. Like, he just is rapping, and it's so good. I love this song. Again, one of my favorite songs. But actually, not too far off from that, we've got Broke Boys, which is up next. Again, one of my favorite songs. Actually, this 4 song run is incredible in my opinion. From Pussy and Millions to Jumbotron Shit Poppin', which we'll talk about in a moment. But Broke Boys, this is an absolute banger. This is some of the best production on the album. I wish the beat change didn't come in, to be honest. I do still like the second beat, but the first beat is incredible. And I love like the reverse slow-mo at the start of the song. Like, the production kind of fades into what it's gonna be, which is pretty cool. I just kind of like that attention to detail from the production, but it's a very heavy trap song, and I really, really like it. I think both artists do really solid on this as well, and again, the production is absolutely incredible. Again, I wish there wasn't a beat change in it, but I still think the song is great nonetheless. So, moving on to Middle of the Ocean. You can pretty much expect a song like this on every Drake album by the sounds of it now. It's just a long song of him just spitting, and this song is fantastic. The production is incredible. It's super vibey. I really imagine J. Cole on this beat. Reminds me a lot of the J. Cole Heaven's EP remix of I don't remember what song it was, but it was on Drake Certified Lover Boy. I don't remember the name of the Drake song, but of course there was I think J. Cole just used the same production. I believe just used the same production, and Heaven's EP was born, and I love that song. Again, I just see J. Cole on this song. It's when the beat change comes in, especially that new beat change is just It's so good, and I love it so much. It's not even a beat change. It's kind of just like added production to the already beautiful production, but that added production that just elevates the song for me. And this is like I think almost a 6 minute song. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, almost a 6 minute song. And again, like Drake is literally just spitting the whole time, pretty much. But again, when that sample just hits another level, it's fucking incredible. And it has a really good transition into Jumbotron Shit Poppin' as well, which is the next song. This might be my favorite song on the album, in all honesty. Shout out to Filthy for the production. I absolutely love it. The drum pattern, it's so catchy. It's such a catchy song. I really, really love this song. It's probably my favorite production for sure, I would say, but definitely one of my favorite songs. But again, this 4 song run of Pussy a Millions to Jumbotron Shit, it's really great, and I really love them. Then moving on to More M's. I feel like this was the most 21 style production on the album, but I guess you can kind of expect that when Metro and 21 are making a song together. And surprisingly, this was the only Metro Boomin producer credit on the album, I believe, which was surprising. Kind of expected more because it's not like Metro's never worked with Drake before. I believe most of, or maybe not most of, but I believe he was helping out with um, his Drake's collab album with Future. I just don't remember the name of. Uh, Whatever, it's fine. Anyways, let's move on to 3 a.m. on Glenwood. I expected this to be a Drake song, and it was just a 21 song, and it's fine. It's a decent song. It's not a song I'm revisiting. And similarly for the outro track, which is I Guess It's Fuck Me. Again, a decent song. I'm just not revisiting very much. So overall, I think my biggest complaint with this album is the fact that it's listed as a collab album between Drake and 21 Savage when it is absolutely a Drake album. And I thought this from the beginning, from my first listen. I'm like, this is way more of a Drake album than a 21 Savage album. Like, on most songs, I don't even notice 21 is on it, to be honest. I just notice Drake. Drake is speaking more. Drake is on more songs. Drake has more solo songs. So, yeah, it's a Drake album. I'll be real. And then I'd seen Rap had posted about this album, and I think like literally 2 out of every 3 words on this album is Drake, which is hilarious. So yeah, but that's definitely my biggest complaint. Again, nothing wrong with it. Again, I think this is one of the best albums of the year in my opinion, at least in hip-hop. But yeah, maybe this I made a joke and I said my biggest complaint with this album is the fact that it's not a collab album. LOL. This is a Drake album. Maybe this is why 21 kept denying he made a collab album with Drake, even though Drake kept confirming the date. Just because 21's like, nah, this ain't a collab album. Maybe that's why. So one thing that is absolutely magnificent about this album is the production. Definitely the highlight for me. And I mean, Drake really did his thing on this thing. I'm not gonna lie. I think this is Drake's best project in a while. I mean, Certified Lover Boy is, I think I have it ranked decent, around like a 63 out of 100. Honestly, never mind. I think it's a little bit higher, around like a 71, which I think is good. And then this album, it's like, I didn't actually write it down yet, but it's gonna be like an 89. Like, this is a great album in my opinion. There's some songs that I'm not gonna be revisiting, but the highs on this album are really high in my opinion. And I don't really even think the lows are that low. I just think they're kind of just fine. So overall, let me know your guys' thoughts on this album. This was a long review. I'm sorry. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy, and I'll see you guys in the next one. And 21, can you do something for me?